Well, hello, and a very long time no see. Now, I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, will be familiar with the character of the big bad wolf, who has appeared in several of the Grimm's fairy tales. And he's usually portrayed really going after the little guy, if you will, targeting the truly defenseless, like little girls in red coats and their grandmothers and pigs. And, well, one of the good things about these stories is that usually they end with the prey being able to turn the tables on the predator. And don't we all love a story that ends in that way? Now, a grim reality is that such predators have always existed, they exist in the current day, and they probably will always exist. And by the way, I'm not talking about wolves anymore. But for that reason, it got me thinking, as well as in lieu of recent events, that someone should really write a song for the little guy. And that is exactly what I've done. And, well, it's a song for the little guy in more ways than one. According to the incredibly credible internet, the man whose name's been occupying the news, the very same man who has the Western powers in a threat to elevate his ego, needs platform shoes. The best bet I found put him at around 5'6". Don't stress, I know being short is not the crime, but I confess I was surprised to learn that this huge prick's eyeline is around the same height as mine, which is not very high, I assure you. Some might say, stop body shaming, who cares how tall he stands? Now to them I say, cry me up river, I'm just as short a man. But it's little blokes like these who give us all a reputation for causing trouble way above the reaches of our station. Who or what am I on about? I hear you exclaim. Is it who we think it is? Is it a bird or a plane? He isn't Voldemort just yet, so I can speak his name. He is the lone wolf, who not even his own kind can attain. He's not so big, bad, Vlad. Who's emerging over the brow of the hill, riding a bear with no shirt on, but he's not catching a chill, cause he's got ice in his veins, and yet he's ready to kill, cause he's not so big, but he's really very bad. It's Vlad. So who's that short-fused, unelected KGB thug? He's a homophobe, but other sons still gave him a tug. I'll have to check for Novichok in my next water jug, cause he's not so big, but he's really very bad. It's Vlad. Bad Vlad thinks of himself as a savior, but really all he's saving on is fabric at the tailors. It seems that Stalin's boots are just too big to fill, cause this time round Ukraine is proving much harder to kill. So lack. After all, I think the kettle calling you the pot black. It's that you thought you could blitzkrieg Ukraine on your own, but the house was built with walls of steel rather than stone. So you can huff and you can puff and you can send in the troops and use no barbaric bombs or even threaten with nukes. But even if you succeed, though you may think you were slick, with all that huffing and puffing, you would accidentally suck it right on Zelensky's. Excuse me, I overchoked. Afraid of dangerous, Napoleonic, murderous and diabolic. Some say he is patriotic, others say a bit despotic, ectothermic, pathologic. I'm not being vitriolic, he's just making me neurotic, so